सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानाम् अज्ञात्वा ते महत्त्वं यदिह निगदितं विश्वनाथ क्षमेथः स्तोत्रं चैतत्सहस्रोत्तरमधिकतरं त्वत्प्रसादाय भूयात् वेधा नारायणीयं श्रुतिषु च जनुषा स्तुत्यता वर्णनेन स्फीतम् लीलावतारैरिदमिह कुरुताम् आयुरारोग्य सौख्यम् आयुरारोग्य सौख्यम्.
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Jananam. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. Bhaṭṭatiri, through his intense devotion and of course a great expertise in all the branches of Sanatana Dharma, takes us through a journey of Ashtanga Yoga. Why does he desire Ashtanga Yoga? He tells Bhagavan, as such I am devoted to you. No doubt, I love you. You are gracing me. But if you bestow good health upon me, I can practice Ashtanga Yoga. Then Krishna immediately asked, what are the 8 angas of the Ashtanga Yoga that you are talking about, Bhaṭṭatiri? That is when he talks about Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. In that he takes us through the first 3, Yamam, Niyamam, Asanam. So when he discusses Yamam, he talks about Asteyam, Aparigraham, Brahmacharyam, Satyam, all of these aspects that comprise the cleansing at the initial level of Yama. Next comes Niyama. There he talks about Shaucham. He talks about Ishvara Pranidhanani, where you try to propitiate Bhagavan. Then he comes to the third, which is Asanam. Sthira Sukham Asanam. There he desires Padmasanam. Till this is what we have seen. Now, in the third shloka, Bhaṭṭatiri covers the 4th and the 5th anga of Ashtanga Yoga, which is Pranayamam, Pratyahara. He takes us through this. Taramantaranuchintya santatam pranavayumabhityamya nirmalaha indriyani vishayadathapakritya asmaye bhavadupasanomukaha nirmalaha. We should be cleansed of all the impurities. All the impurities should go away. Mala Shabdam generally denotes impurity. Amala, Nirmala means where the impurity goes away. So all these impurities have gone away. Whatever physical impurities we had, whatever verbal impurities we had accumulated by reciting, saying bad words, and now by reciting the names of Bhagavan, all that has gone away through Yamam, Niyamam, Asanam. So he says, Nirmalaha Santatam Anuchintya Antaha. By concentrating on the minds, keeping your mind under control, and it revolves around the minds. Taram. What revolves in the mind? There he says Taram. Taram in generally refers to something that helps us cross from one place to the other. What is this Taram that he is talking about? He says Pranava Mantram, Omkaram. It has A, U, Ma. Akaram denotes paramatma. Ma, Jivatma. U denotes the bridge that is there between A and Ma, which is Ananyarha Seshatvam or Acharya Vaibhavam. A, U, Ma comprises the one syllable Omkara Pranava Mantra. since that helps cross the samsaric ocean for the jivatma, it is called taram. So Bhaṭṭatiri says, Nirmalaha santatam anuchintya antaha taram. So on that tara, on that pranava mantra, there should be meditation which is done. Abhiyamya pranavayum. As you keep thinking about the pranava mantra, there should be pranayama, there should be control over the breath. There pranayamam, there are three words which are used. Purakam, where you inhale. Kumbhakam, where that air goes and fully occupies your lungs. Kumbhakam. And then Rechakam, where you send that out. Purakam, Kumbhakam, Rechakam. So these are the three steps of pranayama. So Patanjali says in his Mahabhashyam, pranayamaha shvasa prashvasayoho gati vichhedaha. In the Yoga Sutra, Patanjali says, pranayamaha shvasa prashvasayoho gati vichhedaha. The full control over the life breath. So Bhaṭṭatiri brings that saying, Abhiyamya pranavayum. Then after that, atha apahritya indriyani vishayat asmahe bhavad upasanon mukhaha. There you withdraw the senses. Next he says, withdraw your senses so that you can concentrate in words. That is where the next definition comes. Svavishaya asamprayoge chitta swarupānukāraha iva indriyanam pratyaharaha. That is when indriyanam pratyaharaha comes, and then he says, Vishayat asmahe bhavad upasanon mukhaha. Thereby I meditate. Thereby I keep thinking upon your form. So this third shloka takes us through two important aspects, pranayamam, pratyaharam. Next comes the fourth shloka. Asphute vapushite prayatnato dharaye madhishana muhurumuhu tena bhaktira samantaradhrata mudvayema bhavadangri chintaka. Prayatnataha dharayema dhishanam. So with maximum efforts, Bhaṭṭatiri says with maximum efforts, dhishanam prayatnataha. Prayatnataha, with maximum efforts, we will fix our minds. Remember, yama, niyama, asana, cleansing happened. Pranayamam, life control, the breath came under our control. Yamam, niyamam, asanam, pranayamam, pratyaharam. Then the senses were controlled. Then comes dharana. What is dharana? That is where Patanjali in the Yoga Sutra says, Desha bandhaha chittasya dharana. Where you are able to concentrate inwards. When you start concentrating inwards, because your senses have been controlled, the mind is under control, the life breath is under control, the cleansing has happened. When all of this has happened, he says, Prayatnataha dharayema dhishanna muhurmuhu. Again and again, what? Te asphute vapushi. It is not very clear. I can see a Divya Mangala Vigraham in front of me. I am not very sure if it is you. I am not very sure if those are the aspects that come under you. Alvar, one of the mystic saints called Nammalvar, says, Kangulum pagalum kantuyil ariyal kannanir kaigalal iraikum shangu chakkarangal என்று கைகூப்பும் தாமரை கண்ணென்னே தளரும் எங்கனே தரிக்கேன் உன்னவிட்டென்னும் இருநிலவு கைதொழாவிருக்கும் செங்கையல் பாய்நீர் திருவரங்கத்தாய் இவள் திறத்து என் செய்திட்டாயே. So there the girl is completely lost in Bhagavan's. The explanation of the Pasuram is the girl is completely lost in the beauty of Bhagavan, and she does not have good clarity of whom Bhagavan is. If Shankham and Chakram comes in front of her, she will conclude it is Bhagavan. Similarly, Bhaṭṭatiri says, Muhurmuhu te asphute vapushi. There is a blurred image. Tena bhavadangri chintakaha. Because of that, we are meditating on your feet. Bhavad angri chintakaha. Your feet is so holy that we are trying to meditate on your feet. Udvaheva bhakti rasam. Thereby, now I am able to see a blurred image. I am meditating on the lotus-like feet of yours. What do I get in return? Udvahema bhakti rasam. My bhakti, my love, my sneham towards you just keeps increasing multifold. Antaradratam cha. And my mind starts melting. See, the initial process of Ashtanga Yoga was mind has to be under control. Senses have to be under control. Now the same mind starts melting. Why is it, sir? After controlling, why should it melt? Mind is under control because you have withdrawn your senses from other objects. Your mind is melting now, your heart is melting now because your mind and senses are completely focused on Bhagavan. So it is because of Bhagavad Bhakti it is melting. Antaradratam cha, says Bhaṭṭatiri in the 4th shloka. In the 5th shloka, he takes us through the next step. Yamam Niyamam Asanam, 1 shloka. Pranayamam Pratyaharam, 1 shloka. Dharana, we have covered in 1 shloka. Now comes Dharana Dhyana, which is the 7th part of the Ashtanga Yoga. Visphuta Vayava Bheda Sundaram Tvadva Ussuchira Shilana Vashat Ashramam Manasi Chintayamahe Dhyana Yoga Nirata Ha Tvadashraya Vayam Tvadashraya. We seek refuge only in you. Dhyana Yoga Nirataha. Those who are engrossed in the discipline of deep meditation. We have to do deep meditation towards you. How? Chintayamahe manasi. There comes the concept of dhyanam. That is where we need to understand how Patanjali in his Yoga Sutra says this. Tatra pratyekatanata dhyana. There should be a one-pointed focus. See, I cannot say I'm focusing on this person, the other person also, third person also. It has to be on one person. Do we have an example of this? Hanuman says in Sundarakandam of Ramayanam, when he looks at Sita, she is presumably looking in one direction. He says, where is she looking? Ekastha hridayanunam rameva anupashyati. She is just seeing in that one direction where presumably Rama is and only Rama is. She doesn't concentrate on anybody else. So that is dhyanam, where you concentrate on one object. Dhyana yoga nirataha chintayamahe manasi. It should be visualized in the mind. In the previous step, there was a blurred image. Now you start getting clarity. Ashramam eva, without any difficulty. It should not be as if you're sweating it out. It should come so beautifully. Suchira shilana vashat, because of constant practice. See, he says, Suchira shilana vashat. So it has to come with practice. See, as much as I explain, please do not assume or presume that I am an expert in Ashtanga Yoga. No. Am I expert in the basic yoga? No. Have I been practicing yoga? No. I have to be simply brutally honest. But I have immense respect for the yoga system because it does begin and bring a lot of discipline in your life at one stage. Then it helps you concentrate on Bhagavan, and then dhyanam on Bhagavan. Bhagavad dhyana sopanam becomes so beautiful. Padambhoja sprishati bhajate ranganathasya jangam urdvande vilagati shanein urdhamabhyeti nabim bakshasyaste valati bujayor mamikeyam manisha vaktrabhikyam pibati vasate vasana maulibandhehe, says Vedanta Deshika, while describing Bhagavan head to toe, keshadipadam padadikesham, as the very concept of dhyanam. So here Bhaṭṭatiri says, Suchira shilana vashat. All this I'm saying will come with practice. Do not get perturbed or disturbed. On what should I do dhyanam? Tvad vapuhu. On your divine form, on your Divyamangala Vigraham as Guruvayurappan in Kerala, I'm doing dhyanam. Visphuta avayava bheda sundaram. As I see your form, every part becomes visible. The lotus petal like eyes, the sesame flower like nose, the coral like lips, the beautiful moon like face, the beautiful ears that carry the Makarakundalam, the corn-shaped neck, the broad chest with the Kaustubham and Srivatsam, the thin hip with the Navi that gives rise to the lotus where Brahma is seated, those two thighs that look like banana stems into which the Cupid god Manmatha goes, and then those lotus-like feet that are so beautiful. So every part has to be described. Visphuta avayava bheda sundaram. Avayava, every part. Bheda, I see it clearly. Sundaram, everything is beautiful. So in the previous step, there was a blurred image. In this step, in dhyanam, there is a clarity in the image. There is a clarity in the Divya Mangala Vigraham. So Bhaṭṭatiri has come to the last step in the next shloka. Till now, he has covered 7 angas of the Ashtanga Yoga. The 8th anga, called as Samadhi will be discussed in the next shloka.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते। नारायण 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 नारायण